Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening and welcome, everybody, to the graduation awards dinner for the class of 2016 at Rocky Vista University. Pleasure to see everybody again after a couple of years of you guys being away and on your rotations. My name is Brian Schwartz, and I am one of the librarians, and I teach in the Medical Humanities Department.
And I fear that applause is going to be very thin, because about 95% of you don't know who I am. I am also, thank you, I need that for my self-esteem. I'm also an assistant professor in the Department of Medical Humanities, and I am the new neuroscience lecturer that may bring back the memories. And so with that, it kind of had us thinking and talking about it. Why would Schwartz and myself be the two that would be the best fits to be running the emceeing of this evening? So we started brainstorming about it, and I don't know, what did you come up with?
Well, aside from the inherent logic of always having the librarian up in front of people talking as much as humanly possible, it was hard for us to figure out exactly why the two of us got tapped to be here to have this position, which really is an honor for us, but why us? And I think last night at the awards ceremony that the first and second year students put on, it finally sunk in.
So I learned that Mr. Brian Schwartz was chosen to be an MC for this evening because he has the most sarcastic eyebrows at RVU.
I don't know how tight the competition was or the voting for that or anything. But yes, I have now apparently award-winning eyebrows. And Dr. Bosco won the award last night for the most out-of-date references. In the process of us trying to figure out what we were going to do and what we wanted to say to the graduates and to your families and to the assembled faculty and staff and other VIPs that were here tonight, one of the ideas that we had was that we could, in some ways, crowdsource this. So I did what any, random middle-aged guy would do, and I took to Twitter. And I sent out a tweet to a number of people under the hashtag in medical education and asked if you could, in 140 characters or fewer, give advice to 150-ish soon-to-be physicians, what advice would you give? And we got a bunch of responses, and we're going to read some of those as we go through the evening, so that you guys can see what other people out there, other medical educators, physicians, and administrators, and PhDs, and other instructors, other medical education people have to say. The first one is, the advice that they would give all of you is, take time to connect with your patients. It's better medicine, and it prevents burnout. So a little piece of advice that I imagine will resonate and will continue to. The RD class of 2016 started medical school in the late summer of 2012. There were 162 of you then, together beginning the path to becoming physicians. And tonight, this whole week, really represents a culmination of those efforts. And we are here to honor the class of 2016, to recognize the achievements of the class as a whole, and many individuals within it tonight, especially for special merit or accomplishment. But before we start, we want to take a moment and recognize the remarkably important contribution of some other people in this room. Nobody gets through medical school alone. It's a team effort and requires sacrifice and hard work on the part of a very large number of people.
Class of 2016, surrounding you tonight are many of the reasons that you're sitting here. The parents and the siblings, spouses and partners, friends and families who grounded you, supported you, kept you somewhat sane, were there when you needed, and they graciously stepped back when you needed space. This evening would not have been possible without the efforts of the graduation dinner planning committee. I would ask them to each please stand when I call their name. Jeff Adams, Ryan Greenfield, Joe Rogas, Melissa Davidson, is anybody standing? Am I doing this in dramatic effect? Thank you, Melissa. Teresa Moore, Ellie Peterson, Linda Turpinning, and Michelle Sobchik. May we please give them a round of applause.
And we'd also like to acknowledge several other people who have joined us this evening. And the folks up at the front three tables, when I call your name, if you will, go ahead and stand. Dr. Vanessa Sanchez, member of the RBU Board of Trustees, and Dr. Jim Williams. Ms. Adrienne White Baines, the CEO of the American Osteopathic Association. Bob Black, former interim president of RBU, and Barbara Black. Hey, right there. Representative. We'll make sure and remind him that he wasn't here for his big moment later. Dr. Robert Sokol, member of the RBU Board of Trustees, and Roberta Sokol. Dr. Maha Salam, chair of the RBU Board of Trustees. Vice Admiral Matthew Nathan, former Surgeon General of the Navy, and Captain Tammy Nathan. Dr. Boyd Boozer, President-elect of the AOA. And there will be a litany, a virtual parade of others up here on the stage at various points we'll introduce as we go through, but I want to give those folks who are here another special round of applause. Thank you all for joining us and gracing us this evening. And the final group we'd like to acknowledge is the faculty and staff and administration of Rocky Vista University. Anybody who fits any of those three descriptions, if you would stand up. Faculty, staff, and administration.
And then there's the graduates. The graduates all deserve a big congratulations. You have all put yourselves through one of the more rigorous tests that you will ever remember. It may or may not get easier, I can't guarantee that. But it's quite a milestone tonight. Your friends and loved ones also deserve a huge congratulations. They handled all of you during these whirlwind years with grace, patience, and support. All of this tonight, all of RBU, our staff, our faculty, our administrators, our new facility, our community of clinicians, the scientists, our scholars, everything focusing on your success. We're willing to disrupt education because we want to improve on it. Because it's not just enough to create graduates. We are trying to create the next generation of leaders.
And I'm going to take this opportunity to read a couple other of the Twitter responses that fit in with that general theme. One of the physicians on MedEd tweeted to the crowdsourcing question, Duke Ellington, on picking players for his band, said they have to know how to listen. That's good advice for docs, too. Somebody else said, heed Darwin. It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the smartest, but the ones most resilient and responsive to change. Being able to listen and being able to understand and handle change and resiliency with grace under pressure is a hallmark of leadership every bit as much as the ability to get people to follow you. And as you take these steps towards becoming physician leaders, heed that advice and remember that as you become new leaders, listening and showing compassion is a part of what it means to be a leader. And RVU as a community is fortunate to have a new leader who's come and emerged in our ranks and will lead the university in our next phase. And it is my and Dr. Bosco's pleasure to welcome, to speak to you for a couple of minutes tonight, our new president, Dr. Clayton Adams.
To assure you that I'm listening, you did say a couple of minutes, and I will keep it to that. Thank you. I can't upstage the sage advice that you've offered us already, and I know these MCs can't be upstaged. I'd like to introduce my wife, Paula. Paula, please stand. Paula and I have been so blessed to serve the country in the Navy, and consequently 11 years at Western University of Health Sciences, producing leaders. But we are truly, truly humbled to be welcomed to the RVU family. For the parents here and the friends, RVU is truly accelerating the change in education and medical education, as our vision states, achieving new heights. And it's because of the RVU students who take this seriously. I just remind you that as you came, we reminded you of our vision of compassion, integrity, and excellence. And as I had the opportunity to first meet many of you, probably all of you, unless you interviewed at Western and chose to come here wisely, I'm making the change quick, okay? That you remember compassion, integrity, and excellence. And as I met you and we see where you're going to represent the osteopathic profession and representing Rocky Vista, you are going to make a difference. And I will do everything I can to make you proud of your university as we build and grow. And I only ask you, as I have for 11 years in the graduates of Western U, your job is simply, not necessarily to send us money, just make us proud. Thank you.
Now, that said, if you send money, we're not going to turn it down. Would now like to take this opportunity to introduce our Dean, Tom Toll, to come up and welcome everybody for a minute and speak to you a little bit about about his address. So thank you, Dr. Toll.
Thank you
very much. It's a great honor and a privilege to actually have led you through the 4 longest short years of your life, and it certainly went by fast for me. This makes the 5th class, graduates from Rocky Vista University. And I've had the privilege to be a part, although I joined late in the first year, had the privilege to be a part of helping the education. And I want everyone to know, and I speak for the faculty when I say that, just how appreciative we are to this class, for the work that you've done. This makes the 5th class that we graduated, and it also makes the 5th class that 100% of you got a job. I think this is probably my favorite time of year when we are able to have our students come back. We're proud of the places that you're going. It's also great as we represent the school to and go around the country to have people come up and say, we just hired somebody from Rocky Vista University, or we've taken these students on rotations, and they're outstanding individuals. And it's a tribute to you and to your parents, to everybody that went ahead and sacrificed to get you here this night. So again, on behalf of the faculty and the leadership at RVU, let me extend my sincerest congratulations to the class of 2016. Thank you. Good. I'll also take the Dean's license tonight to take the opportunity to introduce the next person on our program. We're very honored to have the leadership of the American Osteopathic Association here. Dr. Boozer, the president-elect, and Adrian White-Faines, who is the executive director. Ms. White-Faines came to the AOA 3 years ago with a long history of association with medicine, probably more than 30 years. And in the last 3 years, since she has assumed the directorship, having previously been a vice president of the American Cancer Society, we have undergone tremendous change. All of you know that, not the least of which is the single accreditation system. Mr. Crosby resigned, realizing that there were, I don't know whether he realized there was change ahead, but she certainly took the helm of our organization and has guided it through, a lot of different roadblocks in some cases, and provided opportunities for all of us. For one thing, we've codified osteopathic medicine in American medicine forever. And I think that is a real feather in her cap. So it's my pleasure to invite Adrian White-Faines, Director of the American Osteopathic Association, to give us a few words. Adrian.
Good evening. It truly is an honor to be here today. Many thanks to Dr. Clint Adams and Dr. Toll for inviting us here. Obviously, it's a time to also give congratulations to the faculty, staff, and leaders, including the board, for the outcome that we see today, all these incredible graduates. But also congratulations, obviously, to go to the students and their families. But I believe that the concept of congratulations probably isn't enough. On behalf of all of the patients and people you will touch throughout your journey and your career, I believe thank you to everyone in this room is most appropriate. Because the collective efforts of everyone in this room to guide, support, affirm, re-inspire, take late night calls, give up, pick up, and start again. That is the collective effort that is required for anything of this magnitude. With that, we want to think about what we have produced here. Almost 150 new physicians going out in the world practicing under osteopathic principles. It is often and commonly said it takes a village to raise a child, and as one who has raised many children, I absolutely concur with that. But it takes a village to have this type of outcome. And as you look at the people around you, that's all occurred. So what I want to do tonight, because there will be individual accolades and the whole weekend and the rest of the evening will really focus on some of the individual achievements, is to really stop for just a moment and talk about the power of the collective promise that is in this room right now. The power of the collective promise with respect to the combined efforts of the graduates to recognize that there is something larger than the individual going on. It's the recognition that it is your job as osteopathic physicians going forward to carry forward proudly with your philosophies of osteopathic medicine and to look at yourself not just as a physician on the single patient encounter, but to really think about what global contributions you can make to the healthcare environment. Really recognizing your influence beyond the exam room and thinking about your continued influence in boardrooms and in conference rooms and community activities, as well as working with family, friends, and others. Together, those philosophies of understanding that patient-centered component, mind, body, spirit, the ability to be connected with individuals in a very real way, and that mission-driven passion that drove you to osteopathic medicine and to Rocky Vista here at the College of Osteopathic Medicine, carry forward and think about the collective influence that you might have. The power of the collective promise to me is the strength in numbers. And do not forget how strong these numbers are. We're looking at the fact that as we define a new world, that we have the ability together to increase access to care, relieve pain, improve wellness, and leverage the opportunity that's come with a 300% growth over the last 25 years in osteopathic medicine. Osteopathic physicians are the largest growing healthcare profession in this country, with 25% of all medical students being in College of Osteopathic Medicine. You are a powerful voice, and there is power in that promise. There's also power in the promise when we think about then the AOA. The American Osteopathic Association exists to leverage the numbers. It is those numbers, it is the power of your collective voice that allows us to be in public policy, to change and influence research, to move on and have appointments and leadership positions and opportunities on the federal, state, local, and international level. It gives us the opportunity in media, on multiple forums, in medical education and training, and also in mission work across the world. And finally, the power of your collective promise depends on your ability to care for yourself. Because individually, we need your force there. So it means you have to balance and pace yourself as you go through your journey and maintain the very networks that brought you to this point. And AOA will definitely be there throughout your career to help meet needs as you continue your journey. So with the power of the collective promise in this room, my main point is to tell you you are not alone. It doesn't end here and you don't walk out the door as one. You walk out the door as many to make a dramatic difference in healthcare in this world today. And I am honored to be here to say thank you in advance for all that I know you will do. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. White-Pickens. The president of the class of 2016, Hajira Mididi, would now like to say a few words.
Congratulate the Rocky Vista graduates. We did it! I think everyone would agree with me that it has been a long road. But over the past 4 years, the class of 2016 has turned into a very special moment. One thing I've always loved about our class is the camaraderie. Whether it be staring at plastic skulls together to get through neuro, or sharing notes to survive a college exam, or trying to pass the barrier exam on the second try, of course. Our class has always been one that helps each other. There's never been a time where I didn't feel supported by all the students around me. Throughout the last 4 years, the class of 2016 has gone through a lot of changes. But no matter how we have felt about each other, somehow they've always brought our class together. I believe that our collective experiences and relationships at Rocky Vista have truly prepared each of us for residency. I also wanted to take a moment and thank all the faculty, staff, and administration at RVU. Without your support and without you pushing us to challenge ourselves, we never would have grown into the people we are today, ready to graduate from finance. Lastly, I would like to recognize the other class officers and invite them up here with me. They have been my backbone in planning fundraisers, promoting events, brainstorming curriculum ideas, and making the past 4 years as great as they were. So if you could come up here when I call your name, that would be great. Ryan Kafka, our class VP. Our curriculum rep. Kelly Day, our secretary. Alicia Winnigs, our treasurer. And Lauren Powell, our historian. Overall, I have to say that I'm very proud of my RVU family and the class of 2016. Congratulations and enjoy your weekend.
So you might notice something a little different now that I'm on stage, carrying a handheld microphone instead of having it clipped to my tie, because while I had that short break and I was trying to down food and maybe talk about a lot of things going on while you were all trying to take in to our great speakers, I was reminded of an HBO movie that came out recently where Robert Durst had admitted to a double murder while he was still mic'd. And I didn't want to be caught on mic asking if there was lettuce in my teeth, so yeah, I'll follow you. This next part I am personally and particularly interested and happy to be a part of introducing, and that is the Fellows Awards, for a few reasons. The first is because the first presenter of the award will be Dr. Cindy Funk, and she is one of the first people that I met at RVU, and one of the first faces I saw to make my welcome here just incredible. And I think you all know that from Dr. Funk and your own experience with her as well. Then on top of that, a couple other early faces that I got to meet for the Anatomy Fellows that will be receiving awards tonight. And I have to say personally, I have loved working with Alicia and Ashley, and I'm so happy to see them get awards tonight. I also have to say that I was the next door neighbor for Dr. Ramey for a while. And that was pretty awesome too, because as you can tell, I like to wear things like suspenders and bow ties. You are all very well aware of how Dr. Wagner likes to dress. Tonight we are dressed very similarly, but he is my fashion buddy at RVU on the other side of fashion with the Hawaiian shirt look. And immediately I was recruited once I got here to be a judge in the A. Hollis Bowl competition and got to meet the OPP fellows. So I'm particularly happy to be seeing them also. They invited me to their journal clubs right there. The fellows are the coolest people ever. So with that, and without going too much into my personal history with all of them, I'd like to introduce Dr. Cindy Funk to present the First Fellows Award.
Well, congratulations, class of 2016. I'm so excited and happy and proud of all of you and the residents that you will be partaking in next year. So I'm here tonight to recognize the graduating Anatomy Fellows. So I'm going to ask them to come up here on stage, and I would like to say a few words about these two wonderful ladies, and then honor them with their graduation sashes and their certificates of completion of the program. So Alicia Kincaid and Ashley Lamb, if you please come forward. All right, well, excuse my formality, but I did write my speech tonight. I think I'm very touched and very fond of these two ladies over the course of working with them for the last 5 years, and I'm not quite ready to say goodbye to them. So I played it safe tonight, and I wrote my speech because I knew if I did, this would turn into 5 minutes of me crying and just nonsensical gibberish coming out. So I wrote this down. It's yours. Well, for the most part, it's yours. So the Anatomy Fellowship is an honors program and requires selected students who dedicated an additional year to their training. And during that time, they develop a deeper understanding of clinical anatomy through dissection, teaching, and scholarly activity. And Ashley and Alicia have just excelled and exceeded our expectations in all 3 of those areas. They have designed and conducted an extensive educational research project, which is going to benefit years and years of classes at RVU in their anatomical education. And they have won accolades for this research project, might I add. They both become incredibly gifted educators during their very short time as Anatomy Fellows, and it's my hope that they will make medical education a part of their careers as they move forward, wink wink. They put endless hours of dissection to learn every detail of the human body to improve their skills as future surgeons. But aside from all of these accomplishments, one of my favorite and fondest memories from their fellowship actually occurred on their very first day. We had just opened up their anatomical donor and their cadaver, and written on the arm of the cadaver that they would be dissecting for the entire period of their fellowship, there was a message written from the family of that donor. And it was just a beautiful message of love and loss and hope. And it was written to the students that would be learning from that donor. It was a very powerful and very moving moment for all of us, and I think it truly defined their fellowship and their time as fellows. And the respect and the dedication that they have shown to their anatomical donor is the same respect, compassion, and dedication that I've seen them show their fellow classmates and their students that they've taught. And it will be the same respect, compassion, and dedication that they will have for their future patients. Ashley and Alicia truly exemplify the qualities of excellence, empathy, and compassion that we are hoping to instill in future physicians. They represent RVU well. I am so proud of them. I'm so happy that I was able to work with you all. We get to know you. Congratulations.
expecting a couple of places, but we wanted, we had Dr. Funk here. Probably one of the, one of the greatest awards of appreciation will be to Cindy Funk, who has chosen to move on to another opportunity, for this next year. And so with that, I would like to present her with our certificate of appreciation for years of service. And then the outstanding Fighting Prairie Dog Award. And before we move on, Ms. White Pains, could you also come up? For her speaking prowess, we'd like to also award you with the coveted Fighting Prairie Dog Award. You are now in the Thank you. We'll have some other extemporaneous awards as the evening goes on. Thank you.
So I don't have any extemporaneous awards, but I'd like to introduce now Dr. Ken Ramey to present the awards for the OPP Fellows.
Good evening. The Harold Ives Magoon Jr. DO Memorial Predoctoral Osteopathic Principles and Practices Fellowship was established to develop academicians and clinicians with a focus on integrating osteopathic principles and practices into the total practice of medicine. Our fellows have accomplished this goal and have demonstrated excellence in such areas as developing and delivering high-quality lectures and labs, writing test questions, and mentoring students, just to name a few. Dr. John Martin Littlejohn studied and taught with the founder of our profession, Dr. Andrew Taylor Still. One day, a student asked Dr. Littlejohn, "What is the purpose of osteopathy?" After careful thought, Dr. Littlejohn simply replied, "The purpose of osteopathy is to make life a little more comfortable for the patient." Our fellows had indeed applied their clinical skills to make life more comfortable for patients at the Rocky Vista Health Center and through the Colorado Osteopathic Fellowship Foundation. They've also helped provide sports medicine coverage at such venues as the Dew Tour Mountain Championships in Breckenridge and with the Glendale Raptors Rugby Club. If we examine the bigger picture, they have made life a little more comfortable in some significant way for almost everyone at the Rocky Vista University College of Osteopathic Medicine. We sincerely appreciate all of your hard work and contributions to our profession and institution. It has been an honor to work with you. Please use your knowledge and skills to make the world a better place. Always remember the wisdom of Dr. Littlejohn's statement, "What are the limits of osteopathy? No one knows the limits of osteopathy." This year's OPP Fellowship Awards are presented to soon-to-be doctors Elsie Haynes, Jordan Cohen, Sarah Jones-Ketter, and Drew Rose.
word originally is from the Latin verb docere, meaning to teach. In our time at Rocky Vista, we have been blessed to learn from so many wonderful individuals. But in selecting this year's recipient of the Osteopathic Mentor Award, there was one person who stood out as the true embodiment of the well-rounded teacher, while also leading us to be well-rounded physicians and osteopaths. Over the years, he has not only provided us with unwavering support and guidance, but has taken time to teach us about life beyond medicine, with lessons on personal and professional development, personal financial management, and the business of medicine, self-enlightenment, and growth. There has never been a time where he hasn't pushed us to do more, providing opportunities for volunteer events, always encouraging us to participate in extracurricular courses, constantly providing us with new challenges and reminders of why we love what we do, and supporting us in whatever ways he can, both as medical students, as fellows, and as individuals. Thank you, Dr. Rini, for being such an outstanding mentor and for being such a large part of why we are standing up here today. We are proud to present you with this year's Osteopathic Mentor Award.
Sorry. That was loud. I'd like to take this opportunity to share a couple more pieces of Twitter advice. One of them came in from a physician that Dr. Bosco and Dr. Michaels and I met when we went to a conference not too long ago, who said, "Practice medicine with kindness and love." And the other piece of Twitter advice is not necessarily for you guys. It comes in from my most ardent and supportive follower on Twitter, my mother, who said, "Brian and Andy, be sure to spit your gum out before you start emceeing." Aristotle once said that dignity consists not in possessing honors, but in the consciousness that we deserve them. And that quote resonates during this graduation weekend and this graduation season. Some students will be receiving honors this evening and already have, and some on Saturday at the actual graduation ceremony. And you are soon going to receive one of the greatest honors that there can be. And that's the trust of your patients to help them take care of their health. After 4 years of study, of passing tests and labs and standardized patients and standardized board exams, clinical challenges and shelves, you've all earned the right and the honor of beginning residency programs, of beginning your medical practice, which means that the national licensing examiners, the residency directors, hospitals, and the faculty and administration of RVU know that you all deserve that honor. And hopefully, you know that you deserve that honor as well.
But those honors aren't necessarily going to come from the fact that you did well in neuro or in path or in physiology. Honor comes in knowing your dignity and knowing that you deserve an honor because you treat patients well. You treat them with humanity, you treat them with professionalism, and you enhance their dignity. So with that idea of an honor, we would now like to ask Dr. Mike Tiemann, Chair of Specialty Medicine, to give out the Clinical Years Honors.
And as we move through the program, if any of the other faculty members who are going to be bestowing honors upon any of our soon-to-be graduates could come up and wait on the side of the stage so that we may facilitate the process a little bit. Thank you all very much.
First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the class of 2016. It's a truly an achievement to become a doctor of osteopathic medicine, and I salute all of you. Second of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Brandau for allowing me to present the honors in anesthesiology, emergency medicine, general surgery, OBGYN, pathology, and subspecialty surgery. And then Dr. Brandau will present the rest of the clinical awards. I'd like to say two things before I start giving out individual awards. The first is that we concocted an algorithm for deciding who gets these awards. These are not subjective decisions. These are based on your board scores, both the COMLEX and USMLE, as well as subject exam scores. And in every case, it came out to be one person kind of rose to the top, and that's the person that we selected. There will be dual awards given in radiology where two students actually had the same exact numbers, believe it or not. The second thing I'd like to say is in these 6 specialty areas that I've listed, 58 of you have matched into residencies in these 6 specialty areas. And that's an incredible number. Because these are very competitive specialties. So I salute all of you. In addition to the people that are going to give individual awards, the rest of you deserve our applause as well. So the first award is for anesthesiology. 9 of the class of 2016 matched into anesthesiology residencies. The winner of this year's award will be doing his anesthesiology residency at the Cleveland Clinic, and that is Daniel Van Leuven. Next, we'll present the award for emergency medicine, which is now, as Dr. Toll says, the flavor of the day. We have 15 of our students that are graduating this Saturday who matched into emergency medicine. The winner of this year's award in emergency medicine will be doing his residency at the University of Arkansas. That is Brian Ross. Next, the area near and dear to my heart, general surgery. And we had 10 of our students match into general surgery programs this year. The winner of this year's award will be doing his residency at Baylor University in Dallas, Texas. And that's Ryan Astor. Next, OBGYN. 9 of the class of 2016 will be doing residencies in OBGYN. And the winner of this year's award will be doing her residency at the University of Connecticut in Farmington, Connecticut, and that's Alexandra Loza. And I actually owe a special debt of thanks to Alexandra because she was the one who helped us get the pet therapy program started at Rocky Vista. Next, pathology. We had 3 of our members of the class of 2016 who matched into pathology. The winner of this year's award will be doing his residency at the Cleveland Clinic, and that's Aaron Novotny. I think Aaron is tied up in the lab. Last, the award for subspecialty surgery, and this includes the specialties of orthopedics, ophthalmology, ENT and facial plastics, and any other subspecialty of surgery. And this year's winner of the award, clinical award for subspecialty surgery will be doing her residency at the Valley Consortium for Medical Education in Modesto, California. And that's Clayton Huff. Now I'd like to ask Dr. Branda to come up to the podium and present the rest of the Clinical Excellence Awards.
Good evening. It is really my pleasure to be able to continue these clinical awards. As the Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs, I work with Dr. Tiemann in really providing the 3rd and 4th year of education for our students. And sometimes I think the students, we feel at least a little bit that we really ask very much of our students in the 3rd and 4th year. And I just want to convey that to not only those that are winning these awards tonight, but to the entire class. We really do appreciate your tenacity and how you go after your clinical education that really puts you in a place to compete for residencies all across the country. And you're all to be congratulated for how you work. We realize that it is probably, at least from my perspective, without question, the toughest part of your 4 years in medical school. And for those of you that have lived with it, with your family and so forth, for doing this, one of the times I think we need to really kind of check the miles that our 3rd and 4th year students do in traveling to audition rotations and trying to make sure that they are able to put forth their skills in a way that they're recognized by the awarding residencies. I know in times past we've had students that 1 week are somewhere on the East Coast on an interview or on an audition rotation for residency. The next week they're in California at another site, and then yet within another 2 weeks they're back in the middle of the United States or on the East Coast. They work very hard, and again, I just want to congratulate you all for that and how well you do, and I hope you have this great feeling of satisfaction that that work really pays off, and that's what we're recognizing tonight with these awards. So we really do appreciate what you do. So continuing with the awards, I will first of all do the award of diagnostic radiology. And as Dr. Tiemann has indicated already, this happens very seldom, but it does. And in this case, we do have a tie for this award. And it goes to Benjamin Hirschberg and Samuel Plesner. And Sam will be at Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center for his training. That would be upon his computer. The next award that I have the pleasure of announcing is for family medicine. And this award goes to Ashley Hammerning, who will be doing a residency at St. Mary Corwin Hospital in Pueblo, Colorado. Award is in the area of internal medicine, and this award goes to Veronica Meyer-Bachtel. Veronica will be training at St. Joseph Hospital here in Denver. The next award is in the area of pediatrics, and this goes to Morgan Reeson. The last of the specialty area awards is in the area of psychiatry. And this award goes to Alyssa Broker, who will be training at the University of Colorado. I do have the pleasure of announcing one last award. This was an award that we started in the Clinical Affairs Office a year ago. And this award is really tries to reward the student that is able to do all aspects of medicine collectively as a whole and do each of those parts very well. So the award is described as the award given to a member of the graduating class who demonstrates superior clinical skills, academic achievement, and professionalism with a commitment to exceed in medicine at all costs of moving forward. It's with great pleasure that I give this year's Excellence in Clinical Medicine Award to Catherine Huck. conclude the clinical year awards, or clinical years awards for tonight. It's now my pleasure, though, to introduce Dr. Walter Buck, a colleague that I've known for, we don't like to remember how long, actually, but from Kirksville, Kansas City, and many places. Dr. Buck is chair of structural medicine, professor of anatomy, and will be doing the next award.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to congratulate the graduates of the class of 2016. This is quite an accomplishment. You should all give yourselves another round of applause, please. Just as an aside, it does my heart good to see that some of you are doing your residencies in my hometown. Cleveland is not the mistake on the lake. It's an honor to present the award for structural medicine this evening. The award for excellence in structural medicine for the member of the class of 2016 goes to Zach Macbeth.
Good evening. Each year, the Department of Biomedical Sciences comes together to select a graduating student to receive the department award. This year's recipient earned the highest grades in the first year coursework, comprised primarily of physiology and cell sciences material delivered by our departmental faculty. I personally remember my interactions with her fondly. Her kind demeanor and inquisitive nature made her a pleasure to teach. This year's recipient of the Department of Biomedical Sciences Award is Dr. Ashley Harmony.
Dr. Heck is going to leave us to go home to Texas. We usually have Texans come to Colorado, but we got to send a few Coloradans back to Texas. And so I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank Amber on behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff at Rocky Vista for a job well done and for the best wishes for the future. Amber, thank you. Fighting prairie dog order.
And it's my pleasure to announce Mr. Brian Schwartz.
Too many more of these spontaneous awards and I'm going to lose my under 3-hour bet. On behalf of the Medical Informatics faculty, I am delighted and honored to give the Medical Informatics Award for your class to 2 students who have exemplified what it means to be users and creators of medical information. So I'd like to call soon-to-be Dr. Kate Follacy, and soon-to-be Dr. Ashley Bežler. And it is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Heather Farrell.
Good evening. I'd like to join everybody else in saying congratulations to the class of 2016. I'm to be on my second RVU graduation, so it's really cool to see a bunch of you that I actually know. Congratulations. Each year, the OMM OPP department chooses to acknowledge a graduating senior who's shown outstanding enthusiasm and interest in incorporating osteopathic principles and manual medicine in their third and fourth years, and how they're going to bring it into their practice as they go on in their practices. This year's recipient has gone out of her way on multiple occasions to learn more about how her skills as an osteopathic physician in manual medicine and the thought processes that make us distinct as a profession will incorporate in her future profession. My goodness, I'm getting all tongue-tied up here. So anyway, despite her very busy schedule as a third and fourth year student, Anastasia Collins actually went out of her way to take extra courses in OMM, including a 40-hour cranial course, which is quite a commitment. She's done rotations in OMM and has kept contact with campus faculty, and her clinical faculty report that she's always trying to incorporate osteopathic thought processes and manual medicine skills in her rotations. I would like you to join me in welcoming Anastasia Collins.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to offer my congratulations and on the Department of Primary Care to the graduates. Guys, great job. Good job. So, this is the Department of Primary Care PCM Award. And just to say that all the departments chose the awards independent of each other. And it was a really tough decision. There was so many candidates that were deserving. But this year's award is going to somebody who's cleaning up tonight. I'd like to call up Ashley Harmony for the award. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium Dr. Michael Martin, our Associate Dean of Integrated Curriculum.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to announce the Top 10% Award. This is also known as the Dean's List. During the first 2 years, the curriculum involves mostly sitting in a classroom, taking tests, or dealing with standardized patients, or learning things in the OPP and PCM labs. It's about a test a week. Imagine having to sit for a 100-question exam every week. Every week. It's a ton of work. The students I'm going to announce are the top 10% of the class, 14 different people. So please hold your applause until we've named everyone. Imagine taking that many tests and getting 9 out of 10 questions right every time. That's what these students have accomplished. It is quite a feat. So please hold your applause until I've named everyone. This is the Dean's List. Morgan Dreesen, Ashley Harmony, Benjamin Hirschberg, Kylie Learman, Catherine Huff, Kyle Coos, Kyle Larson, Lindsay Lawrence, Zachary Macbeth, Veronica Meyer-Bachtel, Sarah Monahan, Jamie Knuckles, Samuel Plesner, and Daniel Van Leuven. Let's congratulate these folks. It's my pleasure to announce Dr. Camille Bentley will give the next report. Dr. Pitcher. Dr. Jill Pitcher. There we go.
First, Dr. Bentley sends her warmest greetings and congratulations to all of you, particularly to her Global Track Honor students. She ended up with some very inflexible plans that created an unforeseen conflict with being present tonight, but conveys her gratitude to all of you for all your hard work with the track. She is extremely proud of you all. The process for an RVU student to perform an international clinical and/or research rotation can be quite daunting for many, involving a list of requirements and approval to ensure a well-planned, safe, and valuable learning experience. The number of RVU students working overseas and in medical capacity continues to increase. This past academic year, 84 RVU students traveled to 14 countries, expanding their awareness of diverse cultures and the needs of others while honing their skills as future physicians. Through their efforts, they assisted in changing the lives and health status of people living in countries such as India, Kenya, Uruguay, China, Haiti, and Germany. During the past 2 years, 39 members of this graduating class completed a total of 64 clinical or research rotations in 18 different countries, spanning every continent except the lonely Antarctica. Yeah, maybe next year. I would like to congratulate all of you for working through the arduous process to make this lifetime experience a reality. Tonight, the third class of the RVU Honors Global Medicine Track graduates. These 13 seniors participated in an average of an additional 92 hours of classroom didactics during their preclinical years, and each completed the required 3 global medicine-related clinical and/or research rotations, all while remaining in good academic standing. In total, they traveled to 10 countries on 5 continents, and a few of them authored and presented 4 posters nationally, as if that wasn't enough. We are very proud of all of them, and would like to recognize each one now with a certificate of completion and a sash to wear at graduation on Saturday, so you will all be recognized. As I call your name, please come up on stage and remain here as a group to be recognized. Sam Plesner. Caitlin Ryan. Zach Brown. Chelsea Barrett Coles. Glenn Engelman. Taj Hamidadin. Charlotte Hall. Heather Lemon. Monica Multani. Lauren Powell. Drew Rose. Margot Tangeti. And Julia Tangway. Off the cuff. I had the pleasure, I mean great pleasure, of traveling with a few of these folks on a couple of these trips. I cannot emphasize to you enough the physicians that they really are. And this was in their third year, maybe. Some of them in their second year, I think. It brings something out of you when you go on these trips. And you guys should be intensely proud of yourself. I know your families are, I know we are. I know I was. It was an amazing time to be with you. You also recognize one person up here, at least one actually, who's been here before. I've been on 2 trips with this individual, and nobody better than Dr. Rose, Dr. Drew Rose, to join us on these trips because he really embodies, he's an OPP fellow, if you remember, and he really embodies everything that an osteopathic physician is. He brought that to the patients he was seeing, he brought it to the education and the help he was to the other students. So I wanted to especially recognize you all for that. Okay? Ready to get that. Okay, also tonight I have the pleasure of awarding the Global Medicine Department Award to 2 of these students. Both attended all 94 hours of the global curriculum provided during years 1 and 2. Both participated in multiple global related research projects and poster presentations locally and nationally. And both provided outstanding documentation of their overseas rotation experiences and received exceptional preceptor evaluations. This year's Global Medicine Awards go to Caitlin Ryan and Sam Bezel. Now, if you please welcome Dr. Tony Laporta to honor our military students.
It has been my honor for now almost 40 years to be associated with the United States military. It definitely is one team, one fight, and it's for our freedom. And we always have to remember it's the soldier that gets us there, and airman and sailor. So I'd like to invite out all of our military track first. Rita Castillo, Ben Delbert, Andrea Dorr, Steve Edwards, Emily Fitch, God, to make me so proud, you have no idea. Caleb Hudspeth, Kevin Lauderman, Jack Macbeth, Nathan McGraw, Grant Miller, James Porter, Doug Robinson, Brian Slattery, Lane Todd, Alicia Undeck, Randy Noyes. I would also like to invite Deidre McGee, who has basically held us together for all these years. My wife, who has held us together in many other ways, but Deidre, if you're here, would you please come join the picture? And David Ross, who has mentored everybody this year, I think. So the military award is chosen a bit differently. It's an award that I decided a series of years ago would go to the person that I thought had the most, or who contributed the most to future possibilities. And this particular person, Brandon Noyes, this year, has been a first author on a major article in the Journal of Medical Simulation. He's been presented at the Society of Special Operations Medicine and at Medical Health and Education Symposium. And most of my young folks have been lucky enough, or hardworking, I should say, and they're not lucky at all, they are just incredible. And to have been involved in a lot of research which has made such a huge difference. You have to realize that some of these folks, including Brandon, but some of these folks actually changed the light that our medics on the battlefield use. That's a phenomenal thing when you sit down and realize it. Just that small thing is going to save so many lives. So I'm honored, and Brandon, congratulations.
Who's Pumper Lacrosse? Very good, Pumper Lacrosse.
So it is now my pleasure to represent the Research Committee and present the Research Award. Every year, there are countless numbers of RVU students that are doing some kind of research somewhere. They might be paired with their own faculty, they might be out in the community in Colorado, or they might be doing it all over the world. This award is going to be shared by 2 individuals who carried out a research project that we call in the scientific world translational research. Translational research means application-based research, something that can immediately be put to some kind of use. And these 2 students took the idea of applications-based research and turned it into an educational applications-based research. During the neuro class, with having tons and tons and tons of students requesting time for extra help from everybody involved, the anatomy fellows realized that there might be an educational scholarship opportunity here to see if they could use different types of educational methodologies to see if they can both increase student learning and make everybody's time just a little bit more efficient. Not only was their research project appreciated, it was very clever and it was extraordinarily timely. So I would now like to ask Alicia Kincaid and Ashley Lamb to please come up and accept the Research Award. And now I would like to reintroduce once again our Dean, Dr. Tom Told.
Dr. Ross, you want to join me as well? This is the Rural Medicine Awards. Good. The Rural Medicine track was the first track at Rocky Vista University, and basically was started to give students a head start when they went into the residency, so they could do everything the doctors in the rural area have to do. So they have to learn how to ride, rope, shoot, cuss, swear, all of those things that rural doctors do. So we had to start early and do that. So we did have we did develop the Rural Medicine Awards. So I'd like to go ahead and award the awards in 2 categories, and if you'll tell me what we got. Okay. So our first award comes for outstanding academic excellence in rural and wilderness medicine, and that award goes to Natana Hatimski. Natana was the president of our family practice club as well for ASOP, and during that time we were the most outstanding chapter in the profession. So. Okay. Next I have Dr. Ross do that. I don't want to steal the thunder, you know. I'm the extemporaneous award. These are for real. The next award goes for outstanding academic excellence in rural and wilderness medicine, and these participants actually logged some of the higher scores both academically and in the track, and this award goes to Kyle Hughes.
Kyle's not here.
We'll get that to him. The third special award is for outstanding clinical excellence in rural and wilderness medicine. And this is awarded to a outstanding individual who certainly plans to do rural and wilderness medicine, and that goes to Jackie Roman Anderson. And the fourth special award in rural and wilderness medicine goes for outstanding clinical excellence in the track, and that goes to Greg Gibbs. He's not here. What's that? Oh, he just left, see? That's okay. We'll make sure that he gets that. Will all the, if we can take just a second, will all the rural and wilderness medicine track folks come up both with your awards, and we'll go ahead and give you your sash. Promptly, because Mr. Schwartz is about ready to lose his bet. Okay. All of you come on up to the front here. Brandon.
Now to give the award from the Denver Osteopathic Foundation, I'd like to invite Dr. Karen Davis, a member of the Board of Trustees of the Denver Osteopathic Foundation, to give the award.
Good evening. For a little bit of history, the Rocky Mountain Osteopathic Hospital, which opened in 1920 and closed just after my year, in 1989, the hospital being sold to Rose Medicals. The money endowed the foundation, changing, and the decision was made to change the name to the Denver Osteopathic Foundation. The mission of the foundation has not changed since Rocky Mountain Hospital days. And that mission is to elevate through education the health and well-being of the community, to support osteopathic medical education, which we have been very proud to do, and to educate the public about osteopathic medicine, which our students have done an amazing job with. The most recent project was something called Food, Fun, and Fitness Program in the elementary schools, sponsored by DOF, with the purpose of teaching children in early education years, which would be preschool, kindergarten type of age, about personal hygiene, how the body works, eating healthy foods, and exercise. One of my favorite phrases from when the program was being developed was, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? Which is pretty relevant no matter how old you are, or young. So the students this year are well known to you this evening, having already been recognized for many levels of academic excellence. Ashley Fija, who, as you know, majored in anesthesia in LA, California at Cedars-Sinai. And Catherine Huff, who majored in orthopedic surgery in Modesto, California. And they were also recipients of a scholarship from DOF in their third year. And I am very pleased to give them the awards this evening from DOF.
And now I would like to please call up to present the United States Public Health Award, Commander Krista Hale and Dr. Jim Turbush.
Congratulations, class of 2016. It's almost over, in a good way. Bear with me, we just have a little bit of a script here to read, and then Dr. Turbush is going to entertain you. All right, so like you said, I'm Commander Krista Hale, and I'm a veterinary medical officer in the Commissioned Corps of the United States Public Health Service. I'm here tonight on behalf of the U.S. Surgeon General to recognize an outstanding student from Rocky Vista University's College of Osteopathic Medicine who has been selected to receive a 2016 Excellence in Public Health Award. The U.S. Public Health Service was founded in 1798 to provide medical care to sailors and merchant seamen with yellow fever and malaria. Over the subsequent 218 years, our mission has broadened to deliver health promotion and disease prevention to all Americans. Today, the Commissioned Corps of the Public Health Service is dedicated to serving on the front lines in the nation's fight against disease and poor health conditions. On behalf of the Chief Medical Officer of the U.S. Public Health Service, I would like to recognize Jackie Roman Anderson with the 2016 Excellence. Jackie did earn this award, but I'm going to let her mentor and nominator, Dr. Turbush, do that. But thank you, Jackie, for your hard work and dedication in public health.
Well, thank you very much. It's a real pleasure and honor to be up here. And, you know, Jackie's been up here before already this evening, and she's a great student, but I wanted to mention that we've had so many great students at our rotation in Colorado Springs right now. And credit to you all. Jackie's just one of the very best. And I would make the analogy with the cruise missile. Now, you may not appreciate this, Admiral Nathan, you probably will, but that with very few coordinates, a little guidance, Jackie will launch. She will make good decisions. She'll find her way and achieve spectacular results. So thank you very much, Jackie.
And now to give the award from the Colorado Society of Osteopathic Medicine, please help me welcome Dr. Tim Judd.
Good evening. I know everybody has already congratulated the class of 2016, so I'm not going to do that. Congratulations. What I'd love to do is I'd like to talk about the Colorado Society of Osteopathic Medicine and what we really do. And what we do is we support osteopathic physicians and promote osteopathic medicine across the state of Colorado. Key word there is support. What I would like for every graduate to do tonight, right now, is to look at your specific person. I don't know how else to say that. Loved one, wife, husband, spouse, special partner in life. Look at them and say thank you. Please, go ahead. Thank you for doing that. The reason why I bring that up is because your state medical society, Colorado Society of Osteopathic Medicine, is all about supporting you and the profession. We provide continuing medical education programs, 2 big conferences a year, and we also really put a lot of our money, time, and effort into the legislative process in the state of Colorado in order to support our profession so that chiropractors aren't doing injections, etc. So, we welcome you all to join the Colorado Society of Osteopathic Medicine, whether or not you stay in Colorado for your training or if you come back here to practice. And as a little side note, I'd like to look at my wife Shauna and say, thank you, baby. I can't do this without you. Now, before we give out our award for community service, because we all really are about community service and support, I'd like to give a little shout out to Sarah Jones-Ketter. Congratulations, you're JED trained. Go out there and show them what you can do. I love you, kid. All right, I would like to now present the CSOM Award for Community Service to not only what I consider a person who represents the face of the future of osteopathic medicine, but the face of the future of osteopathic medicine leadership. She has done outstanding work. She's really put a lot of effort into community service projects, and not only does she put in the time and the effort and has a lot of heart with it, but she shows a lot of leadership, and she is a great teacher. She's been up here before this evening. I'd like all of you to welcome and congratulate for the CSOM Community Service Award to Elsie Haynes.
We could all agree, because we know personally, that our RVU community is a pretty special group. We pride ourselves on exhibiting qualities of resilience, service, and excellence. Now, before we recognize the students who have particular awards in those areas, we would like to stall for a minute while we wait for our presenter to very coolly walk back in the room. I would also like to thank Mr. Schwartz's eyebrows for keeping us on time this evening. It almost does deserve a round of applause. I don't know if you can see from the stage, but usually when people are up at the podium, there's kind of a fearful look out of the corner of the eye toward where we're sitting, and if the eyebrows are up, it means you need to keep things rolling. So.
And part of the problem is
You know, part of the problem is that when the person I made the bet with to get this thing in under a certain amount of time is the one who's doing the stalling and doing the talking. It doesn't particularly make this an easy process. We would like for Dr. Mike Martin, if he can hear me, to come up and present some special awards.
Apologize, I didn't know I was on the agenda. The Brandon Trussell Community Service Award is named after one of our students who died in a tragic accident going home from winter break. Brandon Trussell was a good student and we missed him a lot. It was a great tragedy for our school when that happened. So we have created a community service award that is based on involvement in the community, leadership, and contributions to service efforts. Please give some applause for Samuel Plesner. Our next award is the Donna Jones Morisugu Memorial Award. This award was established in 1993 in memory of Donna Jones Morisugu, wife of Dr. Kenneth P. Morisugu, former Deputy Surgeon General of the United States. He was killed in an automobile accident. The award honors and recognizes the partners of graduating osteopathic medical students who best exemplify the role of any professional's partner by providing immeasurable support and who are often content to bask in the reflected light of their partner for their unwavering dedication and support. This year's award goes to Krista Seeger. Our next award is the William G. Anderson Resiliency Award. Students who have faced unusual hardships over the past years and who have successfully balanced these stressors with their academics and contributions to Rocky Vista University. Selection is based upon attitude, tenacity, and overall contributions to Rocky Vista University. There are two recipients of this award this year, Nadja Chisky and Michelle Valentine. I'd like to ask Dr. Toll to come up again and be our next presenter.
The Dean's Award is awarded every year to the student who has logged the most outstanding academic performance at RVU. This year's recipient, I think, is outstanding in the fact that she probably logged the highest board score in the history of the school in all 5 classes. And as you see, there's probably been on the stage a lot this year, and we'll have a lot to do with that. And hand me the award. And the award goes to John Edward Maholan, II. I turned the mic off there.
That's happened to me before, and the good news is the military, they always taught us that the officers eat last, so I guess that's why I'm bringing up the rear, and if I hurry up, we can get up and exercise a little bit. I was going to have you exercise, but I think you'd rather get me through this. So the next criteria for this award, for the President's Award, is academics, leadership, and involvement. And the individual we're looking at for this award was the president of ACOFP. He was the class of 2016 vice president, involved in ACOFP, Durham, Path, and SOSA, a member of Sigma Sigma Phi, and he has a residency in general surgery at Baylor University. Ryan, would you please join us one more time? This is awesome. The earlier award, this year we've decided, both for the Dean's Award and the President's Award, there's actually something on the back of this certificate here that you might not want to lose. It's sort of significant, at least get you out of town. Okay, it's a long way to Baylor, right? Okay, well, congratulations. We're really proud of you and everyone, your classmates. You're just a representative of the whole. He wants a picture, one quick one. Thank you all for hanging in there and to the last hour. We thank all of our presenters and our guests that are from out of town and are on the East Coast time, and they're probably dropping in their soup, but they're still here. Thank you so much. MCs, make it quick.
We've been on the last page for a little while.
All right. First of all, wanted to thank everyone. I meant to do that. Wanted to thank everyone for sitting through an Academy Award style show without any commercial breaks to get up and stretch and use the bathroom. And this has been wonderful for us to share with you to be honoring all of the graduates this evening. We want to make sure that you also know how much we appreciate not just coming here this evening, but making RVU the community that it is, because this is a collective culture that we all share.
It is a collective culture, and thank you for inviting us to be part of your medical school experience, part of your graduation experience, and part of this journey and this process. It's truly been our pleasure as members of the faculty of Rocky Vista to go through this journey and along with you on this journey. And that's all we have. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much. And we'll see you all